like you're helping him out in a huge way here. At a certain point, you got to realize what kind of people you're actually associating with and distance yourself, you know? We got this absolute idiot. Why is everyone acting like such a bitch over this? Remove the dick from your mouth. Moving on to Destiny's response, says we should start to take a closer look at how he talks about Turkey and his familial ties to the country.
And if we're gonna bring race to this all the time, then I think maybe we need to take a good look at this. Hassan is from Turkey. Turkey is an ethno-state. Turkey was explicitly created in an ethno-state. The fall of the Ottoman Empire in the after 1917, when they began to genocide all of the Armenians and when they ethnically cleansed all the Greeks away, they did that with the explicit goal of creating their new ethno-state after the fall of the Ottoman Empire, because they wanted their own country with their own ethnic group. And today they continue to engage in that sort of genocidal ethnic cleansing in intent against the Kurdish people in the southeast of the country. So I think the fact that you have a guy that comes from Turkey, which is a genocidal colonial state, they are currently engaged in that type of action. In the island of Cyprus to the south of Turkey, they're currently engaged in genocidal actions against the Kurds. Remember how they said, oh, when we abandoned the Kurds under Trump, we didn't abandon the Kurds to Assad, we didn't abandon the Kurds to ISIS, we abandoned the Kurds to Turkey to kill, okay? And then there was it was like a million or more Greek citizens were ethnic cleansed removed from Turkey because they don't want to fucking deal with any of them. So, I don't know, a guy that's coming from Turkey, whose uncle founded a network called the Young Turks, which was the name of the group that was largely responsible for the Armenian genocide, is really fucking weird to me. I don't know what kind of ethnic ground he can stand on to attack all Israelis or all Jewish people, mentioning the Ela Klein, who is an American citizen living in the United States of America, and then not have to address or reconcile with the genocidal history of his bloodline and his the country that his parents come from, which when I believe his dad is like a founding member of some far-right political party. I think, I don't know what that shit. Like, that's crazy to me, because I've never heard him say shit about what Turkey has done in the past or what Turkey is currently doing right now. So, I don't know, maybe that's worth paying attention to, but Jesus Christ, these statements are fucking unhinged.
Thank you, Ben Shapiro, for the monologue. Destiny when he takes his bed. No, I'm kidding, but honestly, is it any surprise that Hassan is a massive hypocrite? I've said the Epps and Home Cinema. This guy is the biggest projector in the entirety of the universe. Whenever he calls people things like pest, degenerates, genocide supporters, and he's been calling a lot of people PDF files as well. Like, I feel like he's trying to get the attention off of himself. If everything he says is a projection, we need to look into him, all right? We need to absolutely investigate this man. And it is no surprise that he completely ignores the history of his, like, own side or whatever, because, you know, he just wants to score those political points and get all those enraged lefty viewers and swing radicals or whatever. Then Destiny talks about how Twitch should probably be charged with some liability if a viewer in Hassan's chat actually goes and commits crimes because they're enabling Hassan's behavior. And not inclined to agree.
His chat is actually insane. What the fuck? Yeah, his chat is crazy. I feel like, dude, if the next shooter comes from his fucking chat, I think that, not to pull the game here, but I feel like Dan Clancy and Twitch, like, some of these people should be charged with that. It is insane that it's just like a fucking terrorist recruiting platform on Twitch now for this guy's chat. It's actually wild.
Bro is actually the recruitment training center. Hassan really started the Academy for Terrorist Dick Riding. He has a PhD in sucking on Hezbollah drones. He might have the Guinness World Record for latching. Okay, I need to stop. All right. It's an impressive achievement, honestly. And I feel like at this point, Dan needs to be locked up alongside Hassan for enabling the shit. He knows exactly what's happening. He said Hassan is his favorite streamer, as in he watches basically every stream here, as in he keeps up with what he's doing, and he sees all of this, and he thinks it's okay. He thinks it's completely fine. You know, I was gonna say that Hassan should share a cell with Dan Clancy, but Dan would probably like that fucking creepy old man. I meant like, you know, locked up but in different cells. Don't get your fucking goon and rag in a twist. So after this, Ela herself actually responded to Hassan calling her a valid military target just another Sunday. She posted this: Hassan Piker, who is exposed by my husband to be a disgusting creep, retaliated by calling for violence against me. Think back and you'll notice a trend. When he wants to get an EW, he attacks me. Absolutely, this is just a strategy. If you can't get at the initial person, you go around all the people they know and they care about, and it's like, it's just a disgusting way to win the argument or whatever. This is just another glimpse into the psyche of a man that does not see women as his equal. He uses women to whatever end he needs, be it revenge, sexual gratification, or to massage his ego by exposing their nude bodies without their consent to his boys. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, like, you would think she's making this up, but legitimately you just not it's just absolutely crazy. By the way, the picture is so crazy. Why does he actually look like one of those documentaries on those fucking weird-ass people, you know? Hassan calls Hila a valid military target. Just another Sunday for the Klein family. I've had enough with Hassan and his fucking goon squad. No way. No way. We're using the terminology. No matter where you stand on Israel-Palestine, how could you target someone like Klein Hila? She's generous, kind, caring, and an amazing wife, mother, and boss, and she hasn't harmed anyone. So go after yourself. This is on board. The left's fixation on Hila is proof that it's just a personal political grudge against Ethan and not about Palestine. Obviously, man, they are like openly on their side as well. It went from like a petty beef to a legitimately concerning real world scenario. Besides the disgusting anti-Semitic freak, Hila is always so sweet and kind, doesn't deserve any of this BS. Like, I swear she's like, she's these people, they just don't listen. Keep in mind, in Hassan and his orbiters' minds, Hila is a legit terrorist. So that's why they treat her like this. To be fair, they treat everyone like this. So, I don't know. That's just how they justify it in their head, right? Because if you grant this person is extremely evil, then you can just justify doing anything to them, especially if you're in that deranged community or whatever. But, you know, I will always say that no matter what, you always want to go through the correct channels. I don't support any vigilantes or any shit. The proper channels need to be used to, you know, whether it be banning or, you know, arresting anyone. Oh no, his terrorism insurance is failing. It looks like Hassan needs to pay another 20K to the article writers to fix his PR, you know? Maybe get Taylor Lorenz on the case. I hear she's very convincing. Mainstream attention, this needs to be on every news channel so the public is aware. That's what really hurts Hassan, whenever people he, like, sort of, respects or whatever, whether it be, like, CNN or some dumb shit like that. You know, Hassan really holds these mainstream media in, like, high regard, and he's like, if he appears there, that's when it really hurts him. So, yeah, these stories need to be picked up, because if a slop tuber talks about it, or Asmongold is gonna be like, well, I don't care. Even though we technically have more influence in those mainstream media circles or whatever, but yeah. Moving on to Hassan's response. He denies his charged Hila